The Beverages Association is currently unhappy with changes to the Health Promotion Levy. Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana says that drinks with more than 4 grams of sugar will now have a levy of 2.31 cents per extra gram. I'm joined by Mpho Thothela Executive Director from the Beverages Association of South Africa to share their dissatisfaction with this announcement. Mpho, thank you for your time and good morning to you. Why dissatisfied with this decision by the Finance Minister? It almost brings to one's mind that there was a pre-agreement that it seems government has went back on now.
Absolutely, and good morning to Melo and to the viewers. We are primarily not happy purely on the grounds that we have a clear agreement with government through the Sugar Master Plan that the status quo of the sugar tax, otherwise referred to as HPL and or cold drinks tax, that it will remain unchanged for a duration of 3 years. I must say the first 2 years of that commitment was met by government, and we're quite grateful of that. We're taken by surprise now that on the third year is just about to start now, and now we're taken by surprise. I mean, we sit in meetings at the Sugar Master Plan platforms week in, week out with government and other interested stakeholders and other participants. This was never raised with us.
Right.
We were not meant aware of. Yeah.
So you were caught by surprise entirely during the budget speech about this announcement. You were not consulted prior.
We were not consulted prior. Remember, this agreement. It's purely part of the Sugar Master Plan. We sit week in, week out with government and other social partners and stakeholders in the Sugar Master Plan platforms, various platforms. This was never raised. We were never meant out. In fact, even last week we had a meeting, Sugar Master Plan meeting. This was never raised at all. And we obviously from our side, we had no reason to believe that government would actually backtrack on their, commitment. I mean, the past 2 years, they honored their commitment.
Right.
So this is now the beginning of that year. We're taken by surprise. For the first time we hear about it, it was when the minister announced it on Wednesday.
Yeah. So obviously, Mpho, you are expressing dissatisfaction because it has an impact on industry, especially with everything that I'm sure industry has went through with the COVID-19 pandemic and the July unrest. But take me through what this then means for you.
Well, I mean, you'd recall when the sugar tax was enacted, we actually warned government of the grave effects that would actually emanate out of that. A study was conducted by NETLEC that showed that in the first year of the implementation of sugar tax, we at least lost about 16,621 jobs in the value chain. And unfortunately, about 9,000 of those jobs were lost in the farming space, in the sugarcane farming space. So we are yet to quantify what the implications of this were, because we didn't expect this. The Sugar Master Plan incorporates some of the salient features of the Economic Recovery Plan. So we are acutely aware that those are now going to be affected, because now we have to factor in the impact of this tax increase going forward. We don't know what it's going to be like because it was not expected. And be mindful of the fact that any increase in the sugar tax doesn't only affect the beverages industry. It's a long value chain, right, from cane growers, the entire chain, logistics, millers, and so it's a long chain that's definitely going to feel the wrath of this.
So with that impact, then, have you registered your dissatisfaction on the platform, but also have you sort of expressed the satisfaction to the minister as well, or at least to the department?
Absolutely. We've communicated with the DTIC that's primarily coordinating the Sugar Master Plan. Unfortunately, we haven't received any response yet. The past 2 days, we've been trying to get hold of them, send emails. We haven't been fortunate in our efforts, but we have tabled our issue with BUSA, because we are also a member of BUSA, and we hope that our matter will also be taken into account this morning at NETLEC. There's an ESCO meeting at NETLEC this morning. So we tabling it at NEDLAC as well.
All right, Mpho, I'm hoping that we can have a follow-up conversation, of course, if ideally your concerns are, of course, met, and, of course, you have an opportunity to have a platform with the department, and you can give us feedback right here on eNCA. Mpho Thothela Executive Director of the Beverages Association of South Africa. We'll leave a conversation at that.